Hello coloring friends, so another week is over, and as always on Sundays we're here together to see results for our weekly challenge Find and Color. And for the last week we've got prompt Swan. I was not that much excited about this prompt at first because it's a bird and I don't like coloring birds, but that's because in general, I don't like coloring something realistic. I prefer something fairy tale-ish, something magical, and birds, not that often you can color them that way. uh, but at the end it turned out that I really enjoyed this prompt. And I was able to color two illustrations, though the first one is really very simple. It's like very relaxing coloring. It's from Slavic Motifs coloring book, and I colored this one. This illustration was colored long time ago, and this one I did in color pencils, but this one I did with aqua markers. But again, I choose slightly similar colors because it would look like a double spread then. Same mint green, bluish, and I added red and yellow as well for the frame, kind of. It was very quick coloring. The illustration itself is very sketchy, so I thought it doesn't require some serious coloring with thinking or something. But I enjoyed it, and as you can see, the swan doesn't look realistic. I mean, not realistic colors. And the second illustration that I decided to color is from Circle of Life. I had a few favorites for this prompt that I thought maybe coloring, but at the end I decided to color an illustration from this book because so far I've had only 3 completed pages, and it's such a beautiful book and there is a lot of illustrations. So if I won't color it regularly, it will stay untouched, like 2-3 illustrations, it's like nothing. And besides, when I saw this illustration, I kind of had an idea about colors that I want to use for it. It was very quick thinking about color palette, and so that's why this illustration. And of course, I believe you didn't expect me to color this one in realistic colors as well. And you are right. I wanted this one in black and pink, and I was not sure how it will turn out because black is very smudgy color, and to mix it with pink I was not sure. I thought maybe I would create some dirty mess with these two colors, but no, it turned out nice, and I was really very pleased with the result. Everything colored with Prismacolor Premieres with some acrylic painter for yellow dots, and here for middle of these flowers, a little bit of white gel pen, and that's it. Everything Prismas. Here it is, all those dots done with acrylic, yellow acrylic painter. By the way, there's going to be a video with the coloring process of this illustration, so if you are interested to color with me in same way, don't miss that video. It'll be out in a few days. And so now about your works. I've got 62 submitted works, and it turned out that swans are not that often you can find in coloring books, but nevertheless you can if you search the right books. The leader in this among these works are illustrations by Maria Trolle. I believe the bigger amount of pages are from her books in this slideshow. Then I believe Circle of Life, and then Hannah Carlson and Tolkien World coloring book, and others are from different books, some that I even didn't know exist, but very interesting. Some swans are colored realistically, very beautiful, very realistic indeed, and some are like mine, something magical, something fairy tale-ish, and all this makes this final slideshow very beautiful and interesting, and I hope you will enjoy it. Now let's watch it together. Let's go. So these were our gallery for the prompt Swan. I hope you enjoyed it. It's very beautiful, in my opinion. Thank you everyone who joined. I always receive your submitted works with great pleasure. It's always interesting for me to see what everyone has chosen to color, how your illustration turn out. I really enjoy it, so thank you. And so now it's time to choose another prompt for the upcoming week, and as always I'm taking my magical box for this. There's quite a lot of prompts still there. Some I remember, some I believe I forgot what I put in there. So there is always surprise for me in drawing this prompt. So let's find out now. Oh, wow, we've got whale prompt. That's something unexpected for me because I forgot that I listed this prompt. I can't say that I'm feeling that much excited about this prompt. Something, again, not something realistic, right? The only whales that I can recall at the moment are from Kerberazana's books. And I believe I even have a colored double spread with whales from Walls Within Walls, but I'm not sure those were whales or something else. And that's all that I can remember at the moment. I even not sure in what coloring books to look for this prompt. Oh, anyway, I'm off now to search through my collection in hope to find something interesting for this prompt, and see you later. So I'm back, and surprisingly it didn't take me that long to find quite a nice choice of whales in coloring books. The one thing is that I knew exactly in what books there are no whales, and the second thing, when I saw some books, then straight away I remembered that there are supposed to be some whales, and yeah, they were there. So it was not that long, and surprisingly I managed to find quite a lot of illustrations. At first I thought that maybe just Corberazzanes we are going to color, but no, some other books too. But Corberazzanes, of course, that was the first artist that came into my mind. Fragile World, this book asking me to start coloring in it. So many times I've got prompts and there are pictures from this book that I could color, and this time these blue whales, very beautiful double spread, but which requires watercolors, I believe. Maybe I should try, I don't know. I'm scared. Then another Kirby book, Walls Within Walls. Yeah, that was whales that I colored on this illustration. I was not sure, I remember something, but I thought maybe dolphins, but no whales. But there are two more. This one, we can see a small whale here, and another kind of double spread, but whales only here. It's like elements from other pictures in this book. Then, of course, how could I forget about Circle of Life? Always check this book. And no surprise, this time I have found a whale in this book too. Rather simple illustration, but cute. Then again, how could I forget about Joanna Basford's Lost Ocean and this rather famous whale? I have seen so many versions of this illustration, people so creative about background and about the whale himself, but mine still is in black and white. Then Nature Spaces by Patricia Wynn. We have illustration with whales here too. In this book I try to color in realistic way like this, and using water medias like Derwent ink pens or watercolor pencils, or even this is Arteza brush pens, and even watercolor. There's another picture. Yeah, this one I used only watercolor here. Actually not so bad, so maybe I should try. Then another picture from Coloring Heaven in October. A very simple illustration, but rather boring for me. The whale almost black and a few plants here, but that's in case I don't have time at all. Then this Korean coloring book about tarot cards, and we can see a whale on the cover, so obviously I expected to find one inside, and yeah, here he is, same as on the cover, the wealthy whale. And the last one is from Googie Lee, I Find Color. I slightly remember that should be a whale in this book, and then I checked, and yes, because I colored this illustration, and so that's why I remember that there must be a whale in this book too. Again, not that much complicated picture, rather simple I would say. So as you can see, quite a choice of illustrations unexpectedly. So I'm glad, and I'm feeling more excited now than when I draw this prompt from the box. Now I feel more happy, and so I'll be waiting for your works, and maybe you will color something from Kirby, and maybe you will find something else from unknown to me coloring books. Always interesting. So that was all for today. See you next time. Bye.